Alright guys, I'm gonna just chill for a little bit while I get everything set up that's gonna be necessary here. I'll try and keep the links that are necessary for the materials you'll need to do this around. So what we'll first do is we'll go for the OBS download link. If you're streaming on PC, OBS is probably your safest bet. So we'll first get that, then we need also need that. So let's get that showing up. Let's make it a bit smaller. And we'll also just go here and put clearly. This is the materials that will be required. Then we want a window capture. So we'll bring this over here to the center. And then probably another window capture of OBS as well. So you'll be able to see what it is I'm doing as I do it. Can't capture itself. Okay. Then we will do the display capture. And we'll just make it a little bit smaller. And I'll maximize OBS so you can at least see the bottom parts when I'm doing stuff with that. I will be blocking up the chat. Sorry about that, guys. I know we all want to become famous on the chat, but for now we're just going to leave it, and I'll put that behind there for now because we're going onto the window first. What are we? No, we at least want to set this up. So I'm going to wait another few minutes before getting actually started, so people can turn up. If you're there and you have questions at any point, I'm not blocking anything there. Alright, good. Feel free to chuck them into the chat. I've got you guys just over to the left here. My setup for streaming is always going to be one computer that I'm actually doing the stuff on, and I've got a laptop to the side as well. That way I can watch the chat while I'm playing a game or whatever it is I'm doing. And I will be disappearing at one point because what I'll be doing is creating a new scene in OBS. So I'll start now. Actually, it looks like people are starting to jump in. And I'll probably export this to YouTube anyway, so if you miss anything or you just like to go over it again slowly, it'll be in my archives on Twitch. It'll also be on my YouTube, which once we get to Friday, I'll show you how to set up bots. You'll see the bot will start chucking in links and stuff. My YouTube's there, just join it in. Alright, so we're going to enter up a new scene on OBS. Boom, everything is black. So what we want to be doing first, if I go back to here, the sources down here is where you are going to be adding elements to your workspace. So what I will be doing, for example, let's make this a bit, God, it's just so awful to make it bigger as well because everything's just infinite corridor. Looks like a bad GIF. So what I will be doing is I will be adding, and I'll be going to display capture. That's the first thing I'm going to do so I can continue showing you guys what I'm doing on the new scene. So if I click on the new scene, it all goes black. I then right click in the sources area, hover over add, and then I go to what is called display capture. Comes up with a little box saying select the source. You can name it if you wish. Display desktop, that's what I'll call this one. And boom, you get the option which display it is. If you've got multiple, make sure you're choosing the right one. Capture cursor means if you want your mouse to be shown or if you'd like it to be hidden. I normally show the mouse, especially for a tutorial. It's quite useful. And so what I'm going to then do is I'm going to add a window capture. So over here, we'll just call it window capture 2, and we'll just add that. And you can see it's selected because it's highlighted with the red border around it. I can resize it as I wish. We'll go for here now, make it a bit smaller. We're just going to block the infinite corridor so it's not getting in the way. Then what I would normally do, first things first, if you want to be, well, I don't want to call it a professional streamer because I'm not one, but I normally go for the video capture device. Let's call it cam, because you at least want your face on there. For me, because I'm using a HD webcam, it's called 1080p webcam. For some reason though, it doesn't work unless I go to custom and I set the resolution, at which point my face will become massive if it works. It probably won't work actually because I've still got scene 1 active. Let me delete myself out of here. Ooh. Okay, video capture device. Remove. Alright then. Whoa, there we go. My huge face is out there. So I just find myself a corner to hide in where people won't see me that well. Normally it snaps to elements on the screen. So it finds the border, for example, of the window capture, and it's just snapping between that and the edge. If you need more finer movements, I suggest you use your keypad just to move it a little nudges. And I'm just going to fit myself right into the snug little corner here. There we go. There's, oh, can go right one more time. There we go. So now I'm already blending in. I mean, obviously, if you're going to be streaming a game, one of the first things you want to do is to start capturing the game, because that's going to allow you then to start, with knowledge, customizing the layout of the overlay. So I'm going to add a game capture. I don't have a game running right now. I always take off capture any full screen application. It could be anything at times, so I just do that, and I normally select it from a list that drops down below. But I don't actually have anything to capture right now. So, do I have Steam running? I do. So let's just go for a random game. Twaybor, very top of my played list. It's a good game, by the way. So I'm just running the game now. You're probably, actually, I'll just hide the window capture. Boom! So the display is going to capture this as it loads up, I hope. The website is quite slow. It depends how many people are using it at one time. Kind of dictates how smooth it is. Produced in pure Michigan. That's raw 100% Michigan, people. We'll just give it a second to load up. I just want to show you the magic of game capture and also the shortcomings of it as well. Because the way game capture works is you have to run the game, so there's the exe for it to hook onto when you select the game to capture, but then you need to maximize the game again afterwards so that it can actually have the thing loaded up. Then you got to minimize again to go back. I know it's a bit funny sometimes, but if your computer's of good quality, it's okay. And so, when the games are loaded, that is Skullball mode, by the way. It's a lot of fun. Let's give it another second here. It's probably because I've got so many things running in the background. Okay, so you can see here, now the game has loaded up. I'm going to minimize that again. I'm going to get rid of the display desktop now as well, so you guys will actually be able to see. So I've run the game, and now go to the window, and Twayball has now appeared down at the bottom there. So I click that. I normally leave the rest of this on. I want to capture the cursor because if I'm in menus, I want people to see what it is I'm selecting at the time. That's quite important to the user experience. You can do force scaling if you don't want it at the max screen. You're going to have it. You can make it smaller if you wish, but I highly suggest just keep it the same display. So let's click OK there. Let's make sure that's going to be full screen, and then load up back up to Twayball. And what hopefully happens when I minimize again now, it's caught the game. It has, but it's made it huge because I was playing about with the scaling. So we're just gonna resize that back down to its proper size. There we go. Now you can see here that my face has disappeared. What's happened is, because the game capture is at the top, anything ordered below goes behind it. So if you ever use Photoshop, you know how the layer system works. The top one is at the front. So what I want to do is I just want to drag the cam back up, and boop, there I am. And I can instantly see already that my face is blocking stuff, which is no good for me. So I'm going to find a new corner to hide into. Maybe I can just fit down here, like that. Looks good. Maybe play with the borders a bit so it's in line here with that, so it looks more natural. Doesn't look so jagged with all the movements going around. I could move myself potentially up here as well, which actually might be a better idea. We'll see what happens once I get into the game and properly testing the overlay as well. So next, let me just double check here 1 second. Yeah, alright. So next, I think I'll be going straight into StreamPro.io. I just want to add text again, because for people who are coming in and don't already know the materials that should be set up, I can grab the links for them now. Do that. The rest is fine, I guess. I can put a drop shadow in to make it look a bit better. And I can put it down here, make it a bit bigger so it's clearer. Alright, so these are the two things that I'm going to be using today. Is OBS, which is the program you saw before, which I can bring back up again, which is this. Whee! And then there's the window capture here that we're going to be using. My bad, there is one more thing that we need, and that is OBS browser source download. Yep. So what I normally use is called CLR browser source plugin. The download link, good luck finding it. I go for the Time64 version, and there's also the install instructions on the website as well. So I normally just download it. It's about 50 megabytes, so it can take a bit of time, depending on your internet speed, of course. I'm streaming at the same time, so it's a little bit slower than normal. Just close that. So if you're using WinRAR or WinZip, whatever, it's sort of the same thing. You just extract to, and what you can do to make it nice and quick, you just do that. Paste it there. And it should have found it already, unless I've installed it to a different place, of course, which I have probably. Alright, there it is, OBS Studio, OBS plugins. So you see it's quite similar, slight differences in the name. So if I just click OK there, I'm not going to do it because I've already got it. If I click OK there, it will just extract those into it. I'll restart OBS, make sure you restart it so it can notice the changes you've made. And I will also put that into the text field and bring that text field back up. Make sure it's in a visible position. Reorder it back to the top. And we can see it's not really that visible currently. So what I can do, select color, straight to black, no drop shadow, and I'll put the bottom half black as well so it stands out a bit more. I'm going to put it such a long link. If I just put it in the chat, and then I'll put it in the comments section of YouTube as well afterwards, in the description, sorry. Let's bring that up. Boom. So if you need it, it's there now. If you're watching the replay, you should have it there in chat also. It's just going to save me a lot of problems here. There we go. Boom. And that does not help. Can I not choose the outline color, please? Let's bring it back to white. Ah, that'll do, it's visible there. Okay, so now I want to get onto adding my browser source in. Just so it's there and ready to go. I haven't done anything, I haven't created anything to put in, but that's fine. I'm just going to have that there, and then I'm just going to hide it so it's not in the way at all. Then we want to get back to here, which is the streampro.io site. If you're already logged into Twitch, you just click connect to your Twitch account, and you'll see this but without this if it's your first time. And these are just presets I've created at some point. I will go up to the top right where I can click create new overlay. I'll give it a name, Twaybor, straight up. Choose a pixel and size. My desktop resolution is 1920 by 1080, so I selected that. I'm going to wait for the website to respond. Boom. We've got the URL there, so what we can do is we grab that and we will go over to OBS down here at the browser source. We're going to replace the default website with that one. Change the dimensions to the same dimensions that I just set before, and I keep FPS 30. Now this bit at the bottom, CSS, the part here, that refers to the green area, and that will that's what's giving the green screen effect, where the website's going to be invisible, essentially. So I'm now putting it on view, taking up the whole screen. You can see by the red border, but because there's nothing on it, we can't see anything quite yet. So then what I can do is I'll go back to here. Because of time constraints, I'm not going to go through all of the all the things you can add, for example a text. Got my custom text. You can just put, I think it's name. I think that grabs a follower, if I remember correctly. But as I say, I'm not going to go through all the custom stuff. I will show you a way how to learn how to do that all, which is with the themes or the widgets. For example, in the themes, you've got, I don't know, successful ones that work for people quite well. Some of them are quite basic, where it's just a text at the bottom. Then you've got things like donations coming up. A lot of them are a lot more busier, where you have to stream with a smaller resolution, which is okay. I mean, if you're watching in full screen, you can do that. I prefer not to take up too much space though with my streams. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab widgets. I want, for example, people who are going to be full screening, I would like them to know how many people they're watching with, because they might be either more inclined or less inclined then to jump into the chat and start to participate. So I'm going to grab current viewers. I've just clicked that. We are going to then go for a follower alert. It's always nice. Hey Sean Wee, what's up dude? I'm just going to grab a follower alert as well, so when people click the follow button it notifies you. I think it's quite important when someone follows you that you at least acknowledge them and thank them for doing so. You can have a follow account as well. We can probably change that later. We might have like a tally system. If you've got a goal that you're reaching, say for example I've got 91 followers currently. If I want to set 100, I could set up a counter that will count the followers and people can see how much progress I've made towards my goal. Oh, which is there. Okay, so we'll do that as well. We'll see what happens. Follow a train. So if you're doing a big event, for example, and you expect lots of likes or follows, sorry, in a small time frame, then you can add the follower train. Another thing you probably want to get is the host alerts. When someone hosts you, it's good manners to thank them for the host. And sometimes, you know, for example, I have 4 viewers right now. If someone was to host me with 20 viewers, the number below my stream would jump to 24 and I wouldn't know why or who's done it. Is it 2 people? Is it, who am I thanking at that point? So I always go for that. You can do donations if you want to. I personally don't. I don't feel like I don't feel like I want people to be donating to me. That's not the aim of my channel at all. It's just to create content currently and to try and create awareness to artificial intelligence. So I'm not going to push that too much. I can do a Twitter feed as well. That's pretty cool. I mean, for me, no. I don't use Twitter that much. It's not that useful to me. But I mean, if you're a company or if you're a large social media presence, that's probably quite cool to have. Straw poll, you can do that. I suppose I'll chuck that in as well. So I've clicked a few things now, quite a few things. So I'm going to go back to the editor, and we're going to have a big mess in this top left corner. But if we move them by just dragging and clicking, we can see here that all those elements that I've clicked have appeared. And so what we see now on the left side is the message that they're using. So that's the code for the viewers in the Twitch stream. And what should actually happen is, okay, yep, it has updated. We've got quite a lot going on there. We're gonna have to start clearing that up, start fixing the display. For example, if I'm streaming Twaybor, so we're gonna get the game capture back up now. We'll keep the window capture up as well. I'll keep it in the middle because I don't want anything really to be in the middle. There's a lot going on here. That's where the player's going to be once they're in the game. So it's probably going to be around the edges that you want your overlay working. So with that, I can at least see the game. So I'll just move it down a bit so I can see. There we've got the poll. I've never actually used the straw poll, so that'll be interesting. So let's go over here, we'll make a poll. Type your question here. Is this stream useful for you? Let's get back in view. Yes, no. You always, when you make a poll, you always have the third option. I don't care about duplication checking. Yeah. There we go. And then so what I can do now is I go over to my Twitch chat when I've got a straw poll ready to go. Chuck it in. And people will be able to do their voting. Once I have gone back to here and done that. So there we've got a vote going on there. It could be useful market research if you are a company or a large social media presence. You know, I know Sin Studios is here watching. You could put something like, did you download the game, or did you like the game when you played it? People can then go and vote. And hopefully you just get a long bar at the top where it says yes, or maybe a couple of still not sures. So now what I will do, I will start to move things around. Current viewers, for example, I would like that towards the top middle. The font doesn't really work for me. It looks like the I and the V are slightly cut off. So I'm going to go for Helvetica because that's quite a nice font. So let's see when that's moved. Oh, that's gone. Thank you, Dragon King. It was a yes vote. Nice. And what you'll see later as well, once we start getting into the bots, you can actually start to reward people for voting and get some points, which they can redeem for rewards if they wish to. But let's just get this viewers thing a bit more central. It normally takes a few seconds just to update it. And if you are following this, by the way, and you've fallen behind for whatever reason, just let me know. I'll slow down, I'll take it back a few steps. And if you're on the YouTube watching this, as always, just chuck a comment down below. So we'll make that a bit smaller. We don't need the whole red bar there. Just enough to get that in place. We'll see how that updates. Once it takes a little time. Whenever you're ready, dude, just move over a bit. Okay, so we can move it a bit more inwards where the red bar actually begins. And in fact, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to leave it just as a percent value. So it takes even less space. And I can make it a bit smaller again. Follow a train! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see, down here. Gonna put that down. My follower goal. Gold amount is a 100. We're going to put that down there. A little bit of space. Just going to check my OBS again to make sure it's not going to be overlapping anything. It might be going into the version at that point. We'll see what happens. Total followers I don't need. If I've got my follower goal set up, it's already got my current number of followers. So I don't think that's useful. What I can do is I start moving my follower and host alerts down. And I'm going to set up. Oh. There we go. Put that as always show. And we'll put the host there. Can we do that as always show? Please. Let's just see if it comes up there at the bottom. I don't have 54 followers, I've got 91. That's mental. Alright, whatever. So we can go and start customizing these now. Countdown, the duration obviously is in seconds. 5 minutes per one. That's fine. I'm also going to select to hide when inactive, so it's not always there. It's not necessary for that to always be shown. Current session, all-time count. There we go. I don't think my current session was 54. I think that's just a updating time problem. So is that going to show down there now, or what? I'm just going to sit there. Alright, screw you. And then what I can do is I'll go to themes, because I want a chat down the side. You know, I think a chat is always important. I want it as plain as possible, because in my next tutorial I'll start taking through custom borders that you can make in Photoshop. If you want animations in Adobe After Effects as well. Again, if you prefer me to do it in free software, let me know. I will do it in free software, that's no problem. Otherwise I'll be using some pro stuff, man, etc. So that looks pretty plain. Let's just apply this. That was the extra life event. So let's see if that appears. It has not. At least that's updated now. Please apply. Alright, let's try another one. Grr. Really? The website might just be being slow at the moment. Doop 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 doop. Alright, let's see if we can just find the chat here, because that's all we're looking for really. Twitch chat, there we go. So if you go integrations in widgets, Twitch chat is just towards the bottom. So, oh, here it comes now, all this crap, oh god. Let's start getting rid of this. Dumpy dumpy dum. And then there's the next widget. Go away. But you can see there how it gets in the way, those borders, which is okay if you want a nice background to view as well. So this is what the fun part is. It's up to you. It's your creativity. It's going to be your personality that's going into this. Just go. Gosh darn it. We were giving it too much to do at once. Wow, that was such a bad mistake by me to be impatient. We're getting there. It's starting to respond. Wah wah wah. Oh, I'm gonna take a more relaxed position while we clean up this mess I've made. Please remove that image. Alright, you know what? I will just manually remove it for now. Good riddance, sir. And you. Bye. Pretty nice music to chill with. Goodbye. Goodbye. Get out of my face, please. Alright, we're getting back here. So we had Twitch chat. That was the widget that was added. Theme. You can choose a theme if you want. I just go for standard currently. You can choose to show bot messages. I don't. They're not really apparent to people watching unless they're in the chat. You can do a fade out, which I can test now. So if I just type in hi, it's come up here as you can see. Don't worry if the background is not too obvious. What we're going to be doing later on during the tutorials in the week is giving the chat a nice gradient background so things are more obvious over the top. What we are going to be bothered with is positioning it properly. We want to just move that over a bit, and to run a full test to make sure everything works out fine, I'm just going to do a long line of Muppetry and just make sure all that text is going to get in there, so whoever's talking to you, their message doesn't get cut out. And those follower goals are still there. Okay, whatever. Alright, I'll save first. I'll save changes and exit. Fade out time, you probably, if you're playing a game, for example, or you're doing anything that requires a few minutes of concentration, I would set it to about 5 minutes as a standard. So that gives you time to acknowledge the people in the chat. 10 minutes if you're really playing, like, I don't know, a multiplayer online game that takes a while. If you lose out from it, people are going to leave your stream. A lot of people, they prefer to be acknowledged, they prefer that someone was there to speak to them. I wonder why this hasn't updated. I think the website's slowing down for me. Yeah, if you're still there and you are following the tutorial, just let me know how you're getting on. Because I don't want to go too fast. Until then, I'm just gonna chill here a little bit more, see what's happening with this website crap. I see the chat's just come up there. I got stuck in the beginning with the links. Ah, okay. You do have the green screen up. The boxes I think we need. Would you like me to go over them again, Sin? Because I'll be more than happy to. Suck the life right out of my veins when you spoke my name. Got the kind of thing going that tips the scale. It's okay, keep on keeping on. Alright, I can keep on keeping on. So, I'm trying to save changes and exit, which should bring me back to the home page again. Because this chat overlay, there's two chat overlays on top of each other that haven't saved yet. So while one is working, the other one is keeping everything there. So it doesn't fade out on the screen at the moment, which is wholesomely frustrating. Dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Okay, no problem. Then, gosh. What I'll then do, while this is deciding not to be cooperative at all, it's kind of my own fault. I think I've stressed it out too much. I'm going to go back to the home page. I don't think it's saved, but we'll just do something real quick. Oh, it has. Okay. Just click edit if you ever want to change one. They're down here normally. You can duplicate if you want to keep one, but you want to change something just a little bit. I advise you duplicate and then edit, and then rename it. Alright, so I don't know why the extra life goal and crap is still there. I think it's just a lag from the website, which is unfortunate. But anyway, just as a heads up, I am not streaming for Extra Life. Do not donate to me for it. So yeah, now we can, even though the... Where is the camp, Zibidi? You're just trying to see my face here, bro. Here we are. What's up, dude? I'm up in the corner here. It's doing a little tutorial on setting up for streams. So we're going to get rid of desktop display. Don't need that. Text, can't even see it anymore. Don't need that. Window capture. Now we can see how the visual of the stream is working here. Hello, Zibidi. Hope you're quite fine today, sir. The current viewers looks a bit cut off, so I'm going to lower it just a tiny bit and move it to the right a bit more. It doesn't look quite central to my eyes. The chat should be on the right. For some reason it's not. That's a shame. I would just like to get that position finite with it. Just check one more time. I'll give it a quick test. I'll jump onto my stream and say hello, Zibidi. Oh, hello Zibidi. I don't know what that is. But let's jump into Twayball now. We've got the game capture, we've got the camera on top of that, and the browser source on top of all of that. So I will just go into play, we'll go into a single player, and we'll do two. No, because it depends what you're playing. I think the busiest user interface on this game, for example, is Death and Glory, because it has some things in the top middle. So we're going to go into that quickly. See what's going on. It always takes a little time on this screen with this game because it's loading all the heroes up at one point. So just need a 30 seconds to jam to the music. check my phone for messages. So sad. Check my PGL Discord server, which is the best server out there on Discord. Are we ready yet? Nope, not quite yet. Fallout 4 modding server. Not much going on there. Actually, if you're probably on my YouTube channel, you probably here because you know my Fallout 4 mods, which are amazing, of course. Whenever you're ready. I get the feeling that my camera needs to be moved down to the right hand side and made a little bit larger because I'm quite far from the camera. I think the magic of the face cam is that it sees your face and not the wall next to you and not the wall behind you. It's a face cam for a reason. But if you've got a green screen to put behind, then you can set up OBS to get rid of that background. I can't, unfortunately. I could, for example, a makeshift one, just get like a white like bed cover, just hang it from the door across, then select white as the key and make sure I'm just not wearing white when I'm using the cam. But anyway, let's jump in here. On the interface here, I am blocking on the right. The chat will also block on the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize, go back to my Stream Pro IO, which is here, and I'm going to move the chat by looking at the side there. I'm moving it down to the bottom right now. It doesn't work where I've got it, so even if this doesn't work, at least it's working on this screen. And then my face, I suppose I can move it down to here. And if I test on... Let's save changes first. Changes saved successfully. You better have... So I'll say hello to Zibidi again. Oh, it's not moving because it's bugged out. Alright, I gotta fix this now, otherwise I can't properly show what's going on here. Oh, it's moved over now. Okay. And because it's a word wrap, I can actually probably make the text box a little bit narrower, move it a bit more to the side because it's quite far out at the moment. I don't think I want that. If I get rid of here, we'll do another little test. It just feels, because I could make the camera bigger, at least then it looks like it fits where it is. And then I probably want the chat up. Again with the keypad, just moving it up. Oh, let's show what I'm doing there. Notch by notch, moving up, move it up. Feels like the right place. And then I'll test again by talking in the Twitch chat. No, it can go even higher. So let's go up even higher. And let's change that to that. 90 seconds at least. And then one more test for the position. I like kebab because it is yummy. Alright, looks good. It's in a nice position there. So I'll get rid of that now. I'll go back into the game. Yeah, let's start the match. So hopefully, even with a busy chat, that bottom right corner, it won't be so congested that you can't see the timer at the bottom right. People are still going to be able to see what's going on there. Just wait for it to load. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Just noticing at the top, still clear, still looking good. Follower goals down at the bottom left, where the hosts are going to be down at the bottom right as well. It's still looking quite clear. So again, if any hosts happen, any follower alerts happen, you can see them. And I think it's Wednesday, I'm doing custom sound effects. Yes, about that. I'll have to find some free music software that people can download, and because I've got Reason 4.0 Sound Engineer, I've got 10 to 100 gigabytes on 2 hard drives. So anyway, so we got the face cam here for the other guy, which is unclear because it's hidden behind me. Now the chat is going to be blocked. So the chat needs to move. At least the chat needs to move. So I'm just going to take a note there. The face cam goes up a bit. We're going to try here. What will hopefully happen is he will then be visible, our good friend. I'm just going to kill these dags off so the guy appears, just to double check all that. Die, mofos! Can you not be so invincible, please? Thank you. Collapse for the win! Oop. Actually, I could probably just die and that will bring his face up. Hello, Dags. Oh, dogs. Yeah, I like dogs. Kill me faster. You attack me. Stop running away. Alright, while that happens, I'll minimize again. Hey, I'm a cute husky. What is up, dude? I see you there. You can't hide from my butt. So I moved that up because the face cam will be here. So maybe what I want to do... That's alright, dude. Anytime. Glad to have you aboard, sir. So I got the skills. Let's bring that up. I got the skills down in the bottom right. Just there. So I want the chat to... And Husky, actually, you're proving very useful here. So I can see exactly where it's going to end up being. I think that's going to be to the left of the guy's face. That's kind of cool. They look about that size. The bar comes up here, so that should be fine as well. Maybe just off to the right a bit more and down. And then I'm going to spam my chat. I'm sorry, guys, but I just need to test the full length of this. Are you going to put it in the feed? Paris. Alright, there we go. So maybe just up a little bit more, because it's overlaying just a bit too much. current viewers is also kind of... So actually what I will do is, instead of current viewers, I will shorten it down to just viewers. And then move it slightly over into the middle a bit more. So the chat's no longer blocking the interface. And hopefully what we'll see in a moment is viewers is no longer blocking anything either. The poll on the left is still cool. Follower stuff is fine. I probably need to move the alerts more into the center here so they're not overlapping the skill bar as well. They're gone anyway. But you can kind of see the process of testing here. You just got to go through all the screens you're going to be seeing as you go through it. So we got that, we got viewers. We need to realign that a little bit more. Quite far over. I normally use the red dot on OBS. You can see at the top. Let's bring these up again, and let's get rid of game capture. Let's block the infinite tunnel. So you can see on OBS, just which mouse am I using here? I can't even, there's the red dot in the middle at the top, and if I use that, I can get the center point. There we go. So it kind of needs to be just over to the left. So I'm even just going to use the keypad just to budge it a little bit, and hopefully when that updates, that should be good. Let's get rid of display, let's get rid of window capture. Yeah! I put it in quite high definition, especially with the camera. It's a 1080, so yeah, sometimes it can be a bit of an arse ache. Let's see here. Is it still capturing the game now? Have I put it below something? No, it's capturing. Good. Yeah, I know, man. It's frustrating. I know someone who was trying to watch the other day, and they even put it on low quality, and they couldn't watch it, which is kind of annoying. But what can one do about such things except just hope Twitch improve their systems in place, which they have, obviously. So let's kill off this thing. And there's one more, it looks like, hiding away. Oi, stop bullying my bots. And we'll see this guy's face come up on the stream. Hopefully. So, let's see what happens here. I mean, the chat is going to be a little bit over it. Yeah, that does suck, man. I know. So, okay, it goes over a little bit, but essentially, it's not too obtrusive.
Those are capo, and they're worthless scum friends.
So, I mean, apart from... we had the host alerts and follower alerts at the bottom right. Moving them into the center, so they're next to follower goal, one after the other. I think that's kind of the overlay set up as well now. Eat it! Eat it, fool! Oh, I missed him. Stop hiding! Alright, you know what? There we go. That solves all arguments. Where are you coming from? Alright, enough games. So that's it for today. Hopefully you've got kind of a basic idea of how to set up a very basic overlay. Tomorrow I will be back at the same time, and we will be covering custom borders with Photoshop photos. So what I'd like to do is create some images for going around the camera here, also for the chat, and maybe we'll make a custom follower animation, not animation, but just a static image, so when someone follows you it will come up with the image as well as the alert, which is going to be a little bit of fun. And then on Wednesday we have custom animations, so we'll turn those static images into something that's moving, hopefully. And then on Thursday it's custom sound effects we're going to be doing, so you'll be able to hear when someone follows you, when someone hosts you. So it's going to say to you, okay, if I look to my laptop on the left, I can see who's done it, I can thank them when they appear. And then Friday is going to be bots, the best part of it all. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you've learned something today. If not, come back tomorrow. I'm sure I've got plenty of information to give you that I can. I'm obviously not an expert. If I was an expert, I would be selling this service. But I do have a basic knowledge of how things are. If I just give you the ideas, you can then go and make them your own, rather than just reproduce what I do. And I hope you do go and make your own, individual looks and appearances for your Twitch stream, or Beam stream, YouTube stream, whatever it is you're using, because I think it's important. I see a lot of people that are always using the standard, oh, I got it from this artist, but so has 500 other people, so I just look like every other stream. What I would like to see is a lot more individual styles coming out, so people can actually do it for themselves. There's obviously a limit everyone can get to. I mean, if I go into After Effects and do animations, not everyone's going to have the patience to do that, and that's the point where you get your ideas ready and you give them to an artist to create them. It's still your own concept, but it has come to fruition. But yeah, I thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to hang around for another minute on Twitch, I will be hosting Sin Studios, which are the developers, the creators of the game that I've been using as the example today to build the overlay around. Hopefully they got some new things to show us. The streamer, her name is Emily, female. If you're not interested in the game, you'll see an attractive woman, so win-win for everyone there. And it almost looks like they're ready, so I'm going to go ahead and host them. Guys, again, thank you for coming. You've been awesome as always, and I'll see you. Yeah, Husky. I'm back in about an hour and a half with Grand Theft Auto 5 AI review. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow same time, more tutorials. Hope you guys have a wonderful night and a wonderful life.